So in today's video, I'm going to be showing you 3 fairly high protein meals. I'm going to make them from start to finish. And then I'm also going to tell you how I actually track them in MyFitnessPal, because I know when you're first starting out, trying to figure out how to be in a weight loss phase or a muscle building phase, tracking the actual calories can be really confusing, especially when it comes to something that's not super simple. Not that these are elaborate meals, but yeah, so let's get into it. Let's make some breakfast. Let's go. Also, if you're new here, my name is Spencer and I'm here for the fitness, the vlogs, and the vibes. And if you're not new here, then welcome back. Okay, so the breakfast that I've been hyper fixating on recently, it was oats for so long, but now it's just a simple little granola bowl. All you'll need is Greek yogurt, some sort of granola flavor powder from ESN, my favorite cashew butter also from ESN. This is literally the best consistency ever. And then a fruit of choice, I'm gonna have banana. Sometimes I have strawberries, and then a bowl, and then a little thing to measure it all out. You want to have Greek yogurt because it's the highest protein type of yogurt. If you just kind of get the regular one, it's still great, but it's not as high in protein. And unfortunately, the lactose-free ones do tend to be lower in protein versus the skyr. I never know how to say that, but that's super high in protein. However,
it doesn't agree with my tummy.
Sorry, I avoid that when I can. So when I'm weighing things out, I'll always tear the weighing scale before with the bowl on, so everything I'm adding in is just the actual weight of the food. I don't know, let's see how hungry I am today. I'm gonna add just about 70 grams of yogurt into my bowl. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add this blueberry cream flavor powder from ESN. Now, because this is honestly so low in calories, I don't really track this, so I'm just gonna quickly mix that around. The reason I love these flavor powders so much is because A, they're very low calorie, but they also are really low sugar. So they're a really great way to sweeten and flavor things that have no flavor. So Greek yogurt, I hate the taste of it. Normally when I add flavor powder, it becomes delectable. So I love this blueberry cream one. I use the fudge one or the chocolate fudge one for my mochas all the time. Yeah, really great option. Next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my granola. Again, I've just tared the scale. I'm just going to pop in some granola. On for about 50 grams because I'm not really that hungry today. Pop these bananas on. Okay, next I'm gonna take my cashew butter, which I love with my entire heart, as already discussed. Tear my scale again, and I'm just gonna measure with love and see what we come out with. That's not enough. I want more. Let's get that on there. Here we go. Nice. What I'm gonna do to bump this meal up in protein even more is I'm gonna make myself a little protein shake. So this is iso clear, so it's kind of like protein juice, so it's really thin, really easy to drink, and it's not too heavy. This is the peach rings flavor, and it is literally sensational. So all I do is mix that with some water and then chug it down. Measure it out. And then I'm also going to have some creatine in here as well, just to make sure I actually have it today, because I've been really slacking with my creatine. You'll notice there's a lot of products here from ESN. I am one of their athletes. So I do have a code for you to use. It's code SPEN, and there's weekly promotions, so there's different things that'll be 20% off every single week. The promotions go live on a Wednesday. Make sure to follow me on Instagram, because that's where I'll be telling you what the promotion is, what my favorite products are, my favorite flavors. So yeah. All right, let me clean up and then we'll chat. Also, I just wanted to quickly pop on and say, use all of this as just inspiration. So don't copy the amount of calories specifically that I'm doing, because we have different bodies, we're different ages, we're different genders, we're all very different, and everything that I'm having is tailored to me. So make sure everything that you're eating is tailored to you. Just wanted to say that. All right, love you, love you, love you, love you. So I didn't actually take a video of the granola bowl, but here is a beautiful photo of it. You can see here that I am now just starting to add all of the foods from my breakfast into MyFitnessPal. MyFitnessPal is definitely my preferred app that I use to track my calories, but there's loads of other ones out there, so just find one that works for you. And what I do is I obviously measured everything on the scale, so I know the exact amounts to put in. One of the things that I really like about MyFitnessPal is they do also have a scanning feature, so you can actually scan the barcodes of the foods that you're eating, which makes it really easy for you to actually track everything. So, I was planning on showing you what I was going to have for my lunch today as part of the 3 meals that I'm going to be showing you in this video, but I've decided that I need to have a super quick lunch, and honestly, it's going to be so freaking boring and plain that I don't feel like people are going to be like, oh my god, I want to recreate that immediately. I'll still show it to you, but I'm going to include me cooking another meal as well, so I'll do my meal prep for tonight's dinner, and then I'm going to do another meal probably on a different day. So if you're wondering why I have a different outfit at the end of the video, maybe even now, I don't know. Let's see what editing Spen wants to do. I've had a lot of coffee today as well. Oh well. Okay, so now I am just making soup. I absolutely love making soup at this time of year because not only is it fantastic for getting in lots of different micronutrients, but you can also just use up like all the vegetables in your fridge that you're like, I don't know what to do with, make it into a soup. I find that soups are really great for meal prep as well because they keep really nicely in the fridge. You can even freeze them and they're so easy to just reheat, and I swear they get better day by day as they the juices marinate and all of that. So I've linked all of the recipes that I'm using today in the description so you can recreate it at home as well. Oh my god, looking at this is making me so hungry. It was so good, guys, honestly. I really smashed it out of the park. I think though the absolute key with meal prepping successfully is choosing meals that you are actually going to enjoy for more than just one meal. So if you like soup but not like that much, then I wouldn't recommend meal prepping it because you're gonna be eating it for like 4 or 5 days, so you gotta love it. But also look how beautiful it is in this little meal prep containers. Okay, so now you can see that I am adding this recipe into MyFitnessPal as an actual recipe. So this recipe function is so unique because it allows you to create a recipe, and what that does is you can add it into your daily meal plan each and every day without having to put through all of the individual ingredients every single day. So this is really great for meal prep because it's already there. Once you've done it, you don't have to do it again. And it's amazing as well if you have these meals often because it just takes the annoyance out of it because it's all right there. Can you hear me over the sound of me air fryer? Okay, so the recipe that I'm going to be creating, I actually found on, I think I found it on Instagram, and I've made it so often. It is perfect for meal prep. Essentially what I'm going to be doing right now is meal prepping the beef that is it even beef? Yeah, meal prepping the beef that's gonna go part of the dinner. So it's almost like a shredded Mexican style beef. And then if I've got enough vinegar, then I'm gonna make some pickled red onions, but we may have to see about that. I hope so. Even if I make a small batch because they just so good. Let's get chopping, people.
Take me to Flavor Town.
This meal prep honestly is super quick, and I'm hoping that I can get it done within the 20 minutes it's gonna take me to cook my lunch. Okay, so I have diced up one of the onions and I'm just gonna put it into this little big bowl on the side because that's where we're gonna put our meat and our sauces and everything. I'm gonna very thinly slice the rest of these because these are gonna be the ones that we do our pickled red onions with, and I like them to be kind of wide. My eyeballs, oh my god, my eyeballs are burning. Okay, now what I'm gonna do is I'm just going to add my onions that I've sliced for the pickled red onions to a little glass. I hope I have enough vinegar, I guess we'll see. And you basically just want to add half vinegar and half boiling water. Oh my god, literally, please come out any faster. Okay, to be honest, it looks like I'm gonna have just enough, and then you fill the rest with boiling water, a few black peppercorns, and then just a teaspoon of plain white sugar. Get in there, shake it a little, and then you leave it off to the side for it to sit while the rest of the meal kind of cooks, and then by the time the meal is cooked, these will be ready to eat. Okay, so now that is the pickled red onions done. Now it's just to basically put everything together. So into this bowl, I'm gonna take some spicy chipotle paste. Oh my god, this. Then I'm gonna pop in 2 of these posadas. So for this, I'm cooking for me and Victor for about 8 days, I think it is, that we usually get out of this. So the recipe that the website says, I double it, just FYI. So if you're just one person cooking this for a few days, then obviously just make 1 portion, or if you just want to try it before you commit to a full week, then also try it, but it is really good. Yeah, when I'm looking for meals to meal prep, I look for things that I can actually meal prep and keep in the fridge that keep good, that Vic and I both like, that are very high in protein, because that's not that easy to do. Next, I'm gonna take a few of these packets of, probably just 2 packets of this El Paso seasoning. The recipe on the website only calls for a few teaspoons of this, but if I'm honest, I've tried making it like that and it just is very bland. So I just do that because it's my life, you know what I mean? Spatula, mix it all around. Okay, with this next step, there's a few different ways you can do it. If you have a bowl that's big enough, you can add all of the beef stock and all of the beef into there, leave it for an hour, 30 minutes in the fridge to kind of marinate. I don't have that kind of space, I don't have that kind of time, and to be honest, it literally tastes beautiful without doing that. But if you want to elevate it, go for it, queen. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put all of these beefs into these 2 pots. I'm going to do that off camera because I know some people get a little bit squeamish about beef, so let me do it. Okay, I have just put the beef in. My air fryer's beeping at me, telling me that the sausages are done. So yeah, that's about like 15 minutes that I've been doing this, which to be fair, isn't bad considering I'm nearly done. And I've also been chatting loads. I think the key thing with meal prepping is understanding that you are gonna get quicker with time, especially, oh my gosh, especially with recipes that you kind of get familiar with. So for example, I've been making this recipe for time now, so like I can really do it efficiently, but the first time I did it I was like, oh my god, this is gonna take me ages. But yeah, just like giving yourself a little bit of patience and knowing that like in the end it will pay off, especially once you kind of get a little bit more comfortable with the whole cooking and meal prepping, especially if you don't cook a lot anyways. So now here comes the really messy part where I pour this lovely mixture into my things and they just don't splash on me. Yeah, really try and make sure none of these are exposed because otherwise they like, I don't know, they just don't cook as well. Okay, and now I'm just gonna stick these in the oven. So these go in the oven for 3 hours, so it is kind of like a slow cooked meal, which is honestly fine because I work from home, so it's super easy. But I guess if you work like in an office, it's not something you'd want to start cooking when you get home from work. I'd probably try and prep it on the evenings, or if you have like a slow cooker, it could be really great in there as well. So yeah, I'm gonna pop her in, take my sausages out. I do have to put my headphones on when I do it because I'm afraid of the fire alarm. Yeah, that's right, 25-year-old woman. That is so stressful. Woo. Yeah, no, it's actually really embarrassing that I have to do that. Like, I'm literally a grown woman. But I'm just so scared of loud noises, and our fire alarm is so freaking sensitive. Okay, so I have just made my lunch, which, as I promised, was gonna be a boring, sad little wrap. Well, I didn't say it was gonna be a wrap, but I did say it was gonna be boring, and that is exactly what it is. But it's not gonna taste boring because it is really high protein, but there's just like no like micronutrients in there, so I'm not gonna set a bad example. All right. Okay, so the meat has now come out of the oven from its like little 3-hour stint in the oven. And what I'm gonna do now is I'm just gonna take the bowl that I was using earlier, I've rinsed it out, and I'm gonna pop these kind of like 1 or 2 at a time into this bowl, and then I'm gonna shred them all up using forks. And yeah, let me show you because it's better than me trying to explain. Okay, now I'm just gonna add a lot of this sauce back into the beef just to make it nice and juicy. I've literally got so much of this sauce down my freaking jumper. Okay, so I have just finished kind of cleaning up and everything, and I thought I would quickly walk you through my game plan when it comes to actually tracking this. I find the easiest way is take a note of all the portions that you've used for that meal. So if you're following a recipe and you follow it to the T, it makes it so much easier because you can upload that into MyFitnessPal and go from there. And so what I do with something like this, when I don't want to like portion out each serving as I go, because I'm just putting all the meat in here so it's not loads of tubs in my fridge, what I do is I weigh this out as I'm scooping it in here so that I can basically take this. I know that this is going to make 8 servings, so I take say 2,000 grams, divide that by 8, and I know that that's how much every single day I'm gonna weigh out for both me and Victor. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just take some of this Greek yogurt. Now, I'm not gonna really measure any of this out, just because Greek yogurt is super low in calories, and then I'm just gonna use this kind of like a teaspoon at a time, so it's really not worth me tracking it. And then I'm just gonna add some of this in here. The remaining juices honestly taste so bloody nice. And there you go. You've got yourself a little sauce to put on top of your dinner. Okay everybody, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this and I hope you found some sort of value from it, whether it's just the tips or the recipes or just hanging out with me in general. If you like this type of content, make sure you to give it a like, drop a comment, and subscribe if you want to see more stuff like this. I post every Sunday at 6 p.m. GMT, so make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out because it's pretty cool around here. Alright, have a great day wherever you are, wherever you're doing. I love you. Bye-bye.